Perfect.
God, I always hit it so hard every single time.
I know. That was like a meaty slap.
He's so meaty. My hands are so sore from touching that meaty slap. Great start.
Welcome to Chess Talk, episode 232. Welcome back, you lovely listeners. It is actually us. I feel like we haven't actually been on like a regular podcast in a while.
Same.
Because we had the award talk, and then we had the Catan, and then Star Wars talk, which was like a week ago, but like that could have been recorded the day after.
I forgot that happened.
Yeah. So it's Brittany and I, and as you may have already heard, we have a guest back. He was on 226, I believe, was his episode. It's Alex.
Woo!
It's Alex. It's kind of like, it's
Hello.
Jess, but it's Alex, but bald.
He's from Time for Your Hobby. He runs that podcast. And we had such a good time with him on last time. We wanted him back on pretty quickly. And here he is. And it works out because the day we're recording this today, my second episode with him is out. It is episode 72. You must roll before you act. And it is all about my other hobby of Dungeons and Dragons. So if you care about that, or you want to hear me on another podcast, go listen to that. It's going to be in the link dump, and I'm sure I'll mention it again at the end. So thanks for coming back, Alex.
Oh, I'm so happy to be here. I was so excited. And for half a second, I thought you said Dunder Mifflin and Dragons. I'm like, you know what? That would be interesting.
I'm sure that does exist.
There should have been an episode of The Office where they played Dungeons and Dragons.
I'm surprised that they didn't.
Yeah.
Because I think that's like a thing for the hip sitcoms.
But NBC, when Community, Dan Harmon proposed doing a Dungeons and Dragons episode, they said, no, you can't do that. That's lame, or basically. And he said, I'm going to do it anyway.
That was dope. That was a pretty good episode.
Did not want them to do that.
Yeah. Well, maybe they tried to do it.
Maybe.
They said no.
It was a great episode of Community.
Could you imagine if Michael Scott was the DM?
That would be terrible.
Oh, he would just get so angry if people weren't doing what he wanted them to do.
He would just kill everybody off the beginning.
He would get angry because they were probably doing like better than him, and so he just like changed the rules. I bet.
Yeah.
Toby would be
The
dead. Toby would just after Toby makes his character sheets, he just rips it right away.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I didn't invite you.
No, I imagine Dwight being the DM and everyone else playing, and Michael playing first and trying to kill Toby.
And then Michael keeps on re-rolling. He's like, I got a 20. Michael.
Yeah.
Did you buy a D20 dice with all 20s on it?
He bought weighted dice.
Yeah, weighted dice. I would love to see a D&D episode of The Office. Anyways, yes, this is all about you. My mind just wanders. Like we established, I get distracted very easily.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, speaking of, that would be a good episode. Episode 72 is a good episode of Time for Your Hobby. So go check it out.
Segue.
Bringing it back. But this podcast, Chess Talk, where we play chess and talk.
Oh, right, chess.
So, yeah. So Alex and I are going to be playing chess remotely. He went first. We're going to get into the topics. Do you want to talk about how you've been, Alex? Any new and exciting things? Or you want to keep it low-key?
Me low-key? Never. Okay, new things. Just had a birthday. Now I am 28 in my late 20s.
Ooh, happy birthday.
Thank you. I feel older. No, that's a lie. I feel the same. After 24, I'm like, oh, right. I actually hesitated. Like, somebody asked me, oh, how old are you? I'm like, shoot.
Yeah.
I had one of those moments where I had to try to figure out how old I was.
I do that now.
Yeah. I have to do the math now.
Other things I've done is I found this app that allows to leave voicemails for people who have podcasts, and I shared it with my fellow podcasters. I don't know if you guys saw that. Maybe you can...
I did see it, yeah. And I was gonna look into leaving you a voicemail, but
no, not you leaving me a voicemail. I meant I know for your podcast.
Yeah, but I still wanted to do one for your podcast.
Oh, look at that! Sweet.
Yeah. I did see that. I was like, that's really interesting.
Is it like radio call-ins? Like
basically.
That kind of... Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
And it's free.
That's cool.
Yeah. And you can use it for your podcast or whatever you want. Other than that, I don't know, since we last talked, there's also Otter AI, which makes transcripts of your entire episode for free.
Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
And
That would just be like gibberish with us because we all mumble so bad.
I think you figure it out.
It's able to tell the difference between the speakers,
Wow.
which is pretty cool.
That's cool.
It's creepy.
I want you to do that for the Catan episode because we're all so drunk.
Oh, good luck.
And last thing new with me is I'm going to try to sell. Well, I'm not going to, but I am making merch for the podcast.
Woo!
Yeah.
And I'm going to have it
saw it.
out probably next week or this week.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. Yeah, so if that's out, when this episode's out, there'll be links for it. But yeah, I saw there was a bunch of like
random
shirts,
stuff you
tank
don't
tops. You had like coffee mugs.
I think I saw the
pillows.
coffee mugs.
Yeah.
The most appropriate thing on there was the clock, which is everything else is like, sure, why not? A shower. You can get a shower curtain. I'm like, who needs it? Yeah, you know what? Screw it. Yeah, a shower curtain when time for your hobby. My hobby is taking showers. Yeah.
It's so fun. It just, to me, it's weird because it's like you would think for you, it's like you want it to be something that people are going to like wear or bring out of their house so that way they can like, it's a conversation starter and it's like, oh yeah, here's my shower curtain for all my guests that come and check out my shower.
Where do people usually record their podcasts? I do it in the shower. Oh.
Sitting in the bathtub right now.
Good acoustics.
Yeah, exactly. And there's enough room for like 7 people, just all standing there.
That's a big fucking bathtub.
What do the Canadians do with their bathtubs?
We record podcasts
like
in our
swimming
bathtubs. Like we sit on each other, so maximize the efficiency of the bathtub space.
How do you get anything done when you're just constantly saying sorry to each other, though?
That's how we get things done, just saying sorry. Well, we get our pet beavers doing most of the work, and
okay.
Where do the Tim Hortons go?
Oh, well, we have a special corner
Where do the
for
donuts
that.
go?
Well, those goes into the sink right beside the bathtub, so we can just pick it up
okay.
and eat. Yeah, pretty
Okay.
efficient. Well, how about you guys? What's new with you?
Apparently, we really like Canadian stereotype jokes now.
I love them too.
We're reclassifying as racist against Canada. That's our
Well, you want to hear something
podcast
interesting?
classification.
It's so much of a stereotype that in Ontario, where I live, there's an actual law called the Apology Act. In other words, people in Ontario, you cannot be found liable if you say sorry.
Oh, yeah.
So basically, like you say you get into a car accident and you say sorry, it doesn't mean you're at fault. It's like because Canadians say sorry so much that it's a law now that you can't be found liable for that. So the stereotype lives up to that point.
True, because I know that is a thing here in the States where if you say sorry after a car accident, like they can use that against you of admitting fault.
Oh, I'm aware.
Yeah. But we've been good. Went through the holidays. Had a good couple Christmases.
Yeah.
What was your favorite gift I got you?
My knives.
Yes, I got her a good chef's knife.
Yes.
And a bread knife. They're both very scary.
Yeah.
I do not
You
like
picked one up to wash it and you started squealing.
because they're sharp and I don't want to die.
Just don't stab
touch the
yourself
sharp
with them.
part.
I don't know if I can do that, so I would rather just avoid them entirely.
Okay.
The safest part, so don't touch the sharp part. Just turn on the water and just swing your hand across the water. That's how you clean it.
Perfect. That's almost what I was doing with the bread knife. And then you got me a Nintendo Switch. Was the big, yeah. It's too much of a gift, but she
But
got
you
that.
love it.
Yeah, I've been playing
Played
it
it
a lot
every day.
And
Dope.
immediately following that, GameStop had a sale where it was buy 2 get 2 pre-owned games.
Oh, wow.
So I got a couple of games.
Just a
So real quick, I will just go through. Let me make this move.
Yo, you're getting me
Chess.
excited right now.
Oh, I know. Get excited.
Anticipation.
Oh shit. Did you mean to move there? Or do you want to take that back?
Wait, what? No, wait. Yes. How do I do it?
Okay.
I
Yeah.
misclicked it because I thought it was my turn. Okay, yes. Never mind. Hi. Okay, yes.
Yeah, I was
Go
like,
on.
that. I would immediately take your queen. I was like, that's. You
I did
probably
not
don't
know
want
you
that.
could do pre-moves. I did not know
Yes.
that.
Yeah. So sorry, chess. It's happening. I got You got the Minecraft Switch bundle, so it came
Yes.
with that, and then you got me Hollow Knight as well. So I played that for probably 5 or 6 hours until my other games came in, and so now I have Skyrim, Breath of the Wild, I have Super Mario Odyssey, Let's Go Pikachu, I have Mario Tennis Aces, I
Such a
have
cool game.
I have Diablo 3, and is that it? I think that might be it.
You got the Kirby game. Did you say
Kirby
Kirby?
Star Allies. I got that as well.
Yeah.
And then I was trying to get Mario Party because that was available pre-owned online, but then it never shipped, and then eventually they just canceled the order.
Oh.
So I was going to get Mario Party 2, but that did not happen. So that is my budding collection of Switch games as of right now.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I realized I bought too many games that are very long with Mario Odyssey and Zelda because like I'm trying to play all of them but a little bit, but then I'm like, but I want to start playing this other game now, and then I worry like, oh, it's going to be a week before I come back to this game and I'm going to forget all the different mechanics and things like that because it's slightly different for every game. So I'm just like,
Do you have Nintendo Online?
Not yet, no.
The reason why I say that, if you do get it, you get to play all like classic Super Nintendo games and NES games for free.
Yeah, it's included with because it's
There's like a bunch of them.
Isn't it like is 15 a month or is it $15 a year?
It's like 15 a year.
Yeah,
Oh, damn.
it's not that expensive.
Oh, I'm getting that.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm opening. Yeah, there's like a bunch of games like Super Mario World, Kirby,
Yeah.
Yoshi's Island, and stuff like that. And I think it's the full games.
Yeah, no, I know that they have the NES and SNES games. I was hoping like Nintendo 64 would be on there at some point, but
Eventually, oh my god, could you imagine?
yeah,
I really want them to put the original Luigi's Mansion on.
yeah. But yeah, I've been playing that, like Brittany said, pretty much every day. Oh yeah, because for any listener that's been keeping up, I was studying for my CCNA as well, nerd IT certification, and I did pass it after the last Star Wars
congrats.
episode. Thanks. So I am done studying for a bit, kind of, not
Yes.
really. And so that's why I've been playing Switch so much because I'm like, oh, I have free time again. So yeah, I think, like I said, I have like 5 or 6 hours in Hollow Knight. I probably have about 6 or 7 in Super Mario, and maybe 3 hours in Zelda, and maybe like half an hour in every other game. Oh, Diablo, I probably have another 5 hours in.
Jesus.
It's
Yeah,
such a good console.
It's because it's great because Brittany, as we've discussed, likes watching television, and so now I'm not like forced to go on my computer and play games to pass the time. And in the other room, like I could just sit on the couch, play my games while she watches TV, or like we'll take turns and like I'll get the TV with the Switch, and then she'll go on her laptop so she can do things, but also see what I'm doing because you want to play the games too eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's your present, so
Yeah.
you get first dibs.
I get it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Have
think
you
I
ever
played
played on
Skyrim
the
for-
toilet?
I am putting like a line in what I will do, and I'm not gonna do that just because I feel like that would be gross, like getting all the germs and stuff all over the Switch. So no, I have standards. I swear.
Yeah, no, I don't play in the shower in the Ziploc bag. No, that's stupid. Who would do that?
Doing ranked Smash Bros. Games in the show.
exactly.
God.
I have like over 500 hours in Smash.
I was gonna ask, what games do you have? Because I mentioned
Ooh,
talking about the
yes.
Switch, and you got very excited.
I did. I have it in my hands right now. Okay,
Uh-oh.
so
Don't get
the
distracted.
games- No, I'm not gonna play. The games I have is Pokemon Sword,
Okay.
Mario Ace Tennis, Mario and Sonic Olympics, Super Mario Maker 2, which is a fantastic game. I would highly recommend. You can play 2 players.
I
Or you
was
can play 4.
eyeing that a lot when I was picking my pre-owned games. So yeah, continue.
Oh, I would highly recommend it. Smash Bros, Towerfall, Mario Party, Snipper Clips, Tetris 99, which is free,
Oh, okay.
and Rocket League. Oh wait, do I have more? Oh yeah, I do have more. Mario Party, Mario Kart 8 or Deluxe, Overcooked 2, Lovers in a Dangerous Space Time, and YouTube. I don't know if that's a game. Well, I guess it's for some people.
No Odyssey or Legend of Zelda? You don't have those?
I don't know. Odyssey, Legend of Zelda. I never played Zelda growing up. I don't know. I had a Nintendo 64, and it just I didn't mind it. I just never had the game, so I never got hooked to it.
Oh, okay. But you like Skyrim, right?
I like it. I've never played it, but I do like it.
Okay,
I like
because-
watching videos about it, but I've never. It's weird. Like for games necessarily, I like playing party games where you can play with your friends. Like I still
Right.
have my original Nintendo 64, and my friends and I would sometimes hook it up and play it. The controllers are still the originals and everything, so it's kind of janky, but it's still pretty fun.
Okay, yeah, because definitely Zelda and Super Mario Odyssey are very much single-player games, but I was just going to say, if you like Skyrim and that kind of play style, like Breath of the Wild is Skyrim in Legend of Zelda, essentially, and more like RPG heavy, where like you have to cook, and you can make different recipes that affect you different ways. You have to, your armor or your weapons can break, and so you have to manage that, and eventually I
Okay.
think you can craft your own weapons and armor, so it's like they take the RPG elements and kind of bump it up as opposed to Skyrim even. So
That's pretty cool. And I heard they're coming out with a sequel.
yes. Yeah.
So
I
you're
have no
trying to
idea.
play that game before you can do the sequel.
Probably. I am I got a couple of games on the PC and the PlayStation during like the holidays and stuff, and I haven't touched a single one of them because of the Switch.
That's because you didn't know that was before the Switch came, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Like it was like a week or so before Christmas. Like I got myself a couple of games, or like on Black Friday, and I was like, oh, okay, I can play these at the start of the new year. And then we got the Switch, and like I haven't touched my computer really that much. I don't go on the PS4 to play games. I still got to beat Bloodborne.
Yeah, I was like, you were playing Bloodborne a lot before Christmas.
Yeah,
I
and now,
forgot about it.
but it's just because these games are good. Like Mario Odyssey and Breath of the Wild, I'm just like, these are good games. Like it's just crazy to me, like how polished they feel.
Do you think they're going to make a second Mario Odyssey?
I wouldn't be surprised because they do like there was the Mario Sunshine like 1 and 2, I think. I want to say
No,
what it
Mario
was.
Galaxy. Mario Galaxy 1 and 2.
That's the one that had the sequel. So it wouldn't surprise me. And I do like that this Mario is 2-player.
Oh, is it?
because-
Oh, yeah, with the hat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because the whole premise is like throwing the hat on things, and so if you play with 2 players, one person's a hat, one person's the Mario.
Luigi always left out.
Oh yeah,
Always.
no, fuck him.
They literally replaced Luigi with a hat.
Yeah, and the game is so much better for it.
Fuck Luigi.
I have
Got
some friends who,
Mansion, so
yeah, exactly. I have some friends who played Mansion and they really like it.
And that has multiplayer too. That could be
Yeah.
like a party game.
I really want Luigi's Mansion.
I know you do. That I was calling around at GameStops when the pre-owned thing was happening. I was like, "Hey, do you have Luigi's Mansion?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, of course." And I was like, "Pre-owned?" And a couple people were like, no."
Yeah, because it had just come out.
It was like a couple, because it came out in, like November, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it was that game and Super Smash Bros. Where I would ask if they had a pre-owned, and I could tell like they wanted to just like laugh at my face and
Yeah.
be like,
Peasant.
"Loser,
Fuck no, it's not
pay full
real.
price, you nerd." But yeah, I definitely want to get Smash Bros. And
Oh
I
my
think
God,
when
so
I get
lovely.
that, that's when I would get online mode.
So if you do get that, you do know that we will have to, just have a little fight, just a little
Yeah,
tap on the
okay.
head,
Trying to flex
in the
on me.
game. Well, so wait,
Who's-
if you know some of the characters, who would you play? Also, you, Brittany, do you play Smash?
On like the GameCube.
I played Super
Yeah.
Smash Brothers Melee.
Yeah,
Oh, it's okay.
which
so
some
who were
people
your
say is like
characters?
the best.
Yeah.
Well, do you have a favorite?
Yeah.
It's been a long time. My go-to was Zelda, but as Sheik.
Okay,
Hmm.
solid.
And then if I couldn't be Zelda, because my sister wanted to, for fun, I liked being Ice Climbers.
Okay,
Because
Yeah.
it was just goofy.
yeah. I know that the characters have like rankings and like the community and stuff like that. So I have no idea what it is, but I was always partial to Meta Knight when he came
Ooh,
out.
Okay.
I thought he was pretty fun. And then I think on the like Melee and the N64, I would usually switch between like Link, Falco, and Fox. So, but so yeah, I would say like on the older ones, I would bounce around between those three. But on the new one, I would do Meta Knight pretty much consistently. So that's my favorite.
Well, good
Who are
news for
yours?
both of you. They're both in the game. For me,
Awesome.
I would say I have three mains. In the Smash Bros. Ultimate, I have Donkey Kong,
Okay.
Mega Man, and Pac-Man.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Just random characters.
Yeah, no,
I love
it never.
I love the goofiness of Mega Man and Pac-Man. They're just unpredictable.
I've seen some videos of Pac-Man's playstyle, and I'm just like, what is this character? Because like he like brings things up out of the ground and can use it like there's a fire hydrant that he can spawn.
He just drops it out of the air. It comes out of his ass. It just whoop. When I play Pac-Man with my friends, they hate it. It's like, fuck you, fire hydrant, damn it.
I just remembered, when I wanted to piss off my sister, I would be Kirby,
Oh,
and I
okay.
would always swallow her and just keep her in my mouth.
And then walk off the edge.
Yeah, it was really fun.
I'm sure she
She
appreciated it.
hated it. She
Yeah.
used to be like very competitive.
Used to.
Yeah, but she would like storm out of the room after a certain point in games, particularly Mario Party.
So that's how you knew you were playing good.
Yeah, she just got so mad because she was always really good at it and would always beat me, but then I would just be Kirby and be an asshole. So
Younger sister or older sister?
she was my older sister.
Oh, usually I
Is my
play.
older sister.
It's
And
she's
have you
still-
played her? Yeah.
What?
No, go
No,
on,
I was
sorry.
gonna say, do you have you played with her recently?
Oh no, I wouldn't dare. She's mean.
She's bigger now.
She's just very competitive, and I love my sister, but like I don't have the energy to keep up with how competitive she is. And all she does is play Minecraft now, so
Yeah, my birthday is coming up, and so I'm hoping to get some more Joy-Cons. Maybe, because those are expensive. I'm so frustrated with how expensive they are. God damn. Sorry. That's probably my only complaint about the Switch is the Joy-Cons
Joy-Cons.
are
how much are they?
$70.
They're $70.
Yeah.
That's like
Yep.
almost a third of the whole
Yeah.
console.
And like
cost.
on the other consoles, like that's how much like a pro controller is.
Exactly. You want to just get four so you have four in your house, right?
Exactly. So when we have friends
Yeah.
over and when I eventually get Mario Party, it's like, okay, we can all play. And instead
can
of
all
just
get
like,
angry.
all right, two of us can watch. But yeah, that's why I want it. And then I do want to get Smash and Mario Party.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting until my birthday because I don't want to get it and then someone get it for me. So
Hint, hint.
Oh yeah, he's just staring at me.
Yeah.
oh no, we use because of Brittany's family, we use a website called Giftster, which lets you like put a gift list online and you can share it out with people and you can make like groups and stuff. So we have a group with her family, and then with that app it also does Secret Santa for you, so it randomly picks people.
That's pretty cool.
And so I made a group for just Brittany and I for birthdays. And so that way we can both check and see what each of us want for the birthday. So it's not like a guessing game.
It's really useful for like large groups of people because you can also like go to someone's list, mark that you purchased it,
Right.
and the person who's listed as they can't see that, but everyone else can see. Well, someone already got this for. It's like a registry, but for birthdays and
That's pretty cool.
holidays.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's super useful and free. So
Not sponsored.
That sounds like a sponsorship right there.
oh dude, use this promo code chess on 5% off your free application.
Yeah.
Watch people do it.
Yeah, when did you get a Switch? Did you get it like shortly after it launched, or
I got the Switch, I think, a year after. My wife actually got it for me for our anniversary, our
Cute.
wedding anniversary. So, yeah, I'm married, adult, get a Switch. I see like a lot of my friends have a Switch. A lot of adults have it these days.
when I told my mom Brittany got it for me, she was like, "Isn't that a children's toy, Cody?" I was like, "No, there's games on it.
No,
I'm an
man, it's-
adult."
I'm an adult. I pay taxes.
Yeah. So I think that's probably the most exciting Christmas gift, and I've been playing it a bunch. I'm sure the end of the year, a lot of my games for the year are going to be Switch games, just because that's what that's what I played this year is going to be Switch games. So get ready for that, listeners. Did you have any other Switch tales you wanted to bring up, or do you have a favorite game on the Switch? Is it Smash?
Well, if I have 500 hours, probably Smash is up there. I'm
Fair.
really into Smash first one, but that's second and third spot. I would leave it for either Pokemon or Mario Maker 2.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I grew up
solid.
with Pokemon, so I always loved the nostalgia of that. And then there's a new feature where you can go in the wild. It's kind of like the Breath of the Wild style, where it's open world, kinda. So you just run around, see Pokemon, you catch it. It's pretty cool.
Okay, that's cool.
And other than that, Mario Maker, I'm telling you, you have to get it. It's unlimited Mario maps
I
forever.
know.
And you can make your own, and you can play with Brittany and 2 other friends on the couch or online.
I think that's probably was my biggest hesitation with getting it, is the fact that I would look at it and be like, I don't know what I would do for a map. And so I was like, maybe I'll wait until like I can get it on sale or something, and then I'll pick it up.
Well, I've tried making a map. It takes forever.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm like, I'm just going to play a map that somebody made. And then there's even races. You can do a race against somebody else on a map.
God,
There's puzzle
so
maps,
stressful.
too.
Yeah, I saw a lot of the first Super Mario Maker. I saw a bunch of YouTube videos of people going through like difficult maps and joke maps and things like that. So I knew what I was getting into. It's just I didn't know if I would be really utilizing the game.
Properly.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm not creative enough, so I don't want to even try.
Brittany, would you be able to create a creative map?
No. It reminds me of old like Tony Hawk games where you could create like a map. And it was really hard.
Yeah, time consuming.
There was one like I don't know if they like gave like a bunch of random pre-made maps that weren't like good, but there was one that was literally just like a flat open area with one tree in the middle, and that was the map. I don't know if it was like a user created one or if it was like the game joking around, but that was one of the maps. That's something I would make.
But wait, hold up. Didn't you guys buy Minecraft for the Switch?
It came with the Switch.
It was like what I saw was apparently the best bundle
Yeah.
because the bundle came from Walmart and people said it was the newer version of the Switch.
Yeah, it is.
With a game that was worth the value. Because the other ones were just like Mario Kart, but it came with the old version of the Switch, is what I heard.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and you like Minecraft.
Yeah, I play it casually. I just, again, my creativity kind of like gets away from me, and like I sit there and I'm just like, well, I don't know what to build, and so I stop playing it. So
Dirt house.
okay, yeah, like I get ideas of like, okay, I can build this house and do this thing, like these floors, and this floor will be that and that and that, and then I just peter out.
It's like if
Sometimes
you're playing
my-
The Sims. Sorry.
You take out the ladder out
Like
of
when
the
you play
pool.
The Sims. Well, fuck, not that. No, just like when I would play The Sims, we would spend so much time making our characters, building our house, and then by the time it was time to actually play, it was not interesting anymore.
Yeah, it's a good console. I am heavily enjoying it, so thank you again, Brantley.
Yeah.
But I think we're ready for our next and our last topic
Most interesting topic.
of the episode. A little indie service that some people have heard of. It's called Netflix. Netflix has a show that came out after our award show,
Yes.
The Witcher, December 20th. It came out. So I am making a judgment call that is going to count towards next year's or this
Okay.
year's award talk.
Okay.
But that came out, The Witcher, and so we're going to talk about the first 2 episodes. So spoilers, if you haven't seen it, check timestamps. It's happening now. And I know, Alex, you've watched the entire thing. You said you watched it in a day.
Yeah. Like,
Would
when
you
it
say
came out,
you're
I
a
just watched
fan?
it. I loved it.
Did you play the games or read any of the books?
Nope.
Okay. All right.
All right.
So
I think it's a good thing to know.
Yeah.
Because you're in the same boat, Brittany.
Yeah.
I played the second game, and I got maybe an hour and a half into the third game. And that's the extent of my knowledge. I know some little things about the books, just reading Reddit comments, but that's it.
Yeah.
I heard that the TV show was based off of, I could be wrong, but based off of the first game or like the first book. So like
It's based off of the books.
the books. Okay.
Yeah, because I think the books, for the most part, like the games take place after events in the books, from what I understand.
Yeah.
And so this is based on the book, so it's different timelines.
I think I read that the show is based off the first 2 books so far.
Okay.
And like I guess the books have like a bunch of like short stories within them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's
because the books came
interesting.
out. It's similar with like Game of Thrones. The books came out in like the 90s, I want to say.
Yeah.
So
It's crazy.
It's a
Yeah.
good story. It's a good story. I love it. Also, the song the "Toss a Coin to the Witcher" is super catchy.
It's really catchy. It's a meme, right?
yes.
It became
Yeah.
a meme.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm glad we got to that in the second episode. I'm like, aha, I get it.
Yeah.
I'm finally up to the meme.
Yes. You're in on the joke.
Do you think the casting was well done?
I think it's insane how much Henry Cavill sounds like the game Witcher. Like, it sounds exactly like he does in the game. It's incredible. So, I think that's perfect. And then all the other actors, save for Stregobor in the first episode, do not recognize.
Yeah.
Because I believe Stregobor was the Russian like prime minister in House of Cards.
He's one of the Mickelsons.
Okay, yeah. For
I
a
don't
second,
know his first name though.
I was like, "That's not Mad."
No,
yeah, but I was
it's
like,
one of them.
but I knew him, and that's why I made the connection with House of Cards.
Yeah.
So I can't say if they've done a great job casting. I mean, the actors so far have been good. Like I think Renfrey in the first episode did an amazing job as well.
Yeah. Rip.
Spoilers. Who knows if she said? I don't fucking trust anything in fantasy.
Yeah.
I mean, we did see the dead body, but
Yeah.
that could still not mean anything when there's magic and resurrection and things. But I am enjoying the show, definitely, after 2 episodes. Get that out of the way. I am so confused as to what is going on, though.
Yeah.
Like, what is Geralt's main goal right now? He's just kind of wandering around. If that's the story, perfect. I am also kind of jumping around here. I'm surprised with how little the show is focusing on Geralt. Like, it's bouncing around between other characters a lot. Like, I feel like in the second episode, it was more of a Yennefer episode, and
Yeah.
way
Yeah.
less so Geralt.
So, yeah. What I read after the fact, because I wanted to know, like, what's the main point of this whole fucking series? The books are heavily focused on the trio of Geralt,
Ciri.
Cirilla, and Yennefer.
Yeah.
Like, they're the main trio.
Yes.
And apparently, they didn't explain it, but you're supposed to, like, kind of pick up on it. Everyone's storylines are happening at different times.
Yes. I was
And they're
going to
gonna meet
bring
up?
that up,
Okay.
and I didn't know if you had caught on.
I figured it out when one scene, Calanth, the queen, said, I won my first battle at your
Yes.
age. And then the next scene, it went to Renfrey,
Renfrey.
who said, Calanth just won her first battle. And I was like,
Right.
what?
And then there's another line in that same episode where they Mousak. That's
Such a stupid fucking
That's
name.
such a great name.
Yeah.
He's talking to Ciri. He's talking to her, and he's like, "You remember what they used to trap little girls in castles because they were born on an eclipse." And he's like, "And you know what happened to them? All of them were killed." So
Yeah.
like, he was kind of like spoiling what was going to happen to Renfrey. Like,
Yeah.
she was the last of the daughters born on the eclipse, and she
Yeah.
was killed.
Yeah.
So like, he was talking about it in definite, because he said many years ago.
Yeah.
It was definite past tense.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely caught on
Yeah.
to that on the first episode. I was like, okay, yeah, this is so. Knowing that, I am very interested to see where Geralt is going, how it's going to end up, because I think I know something about this series. I don't know where I picked up on it. I think it might have been from the games or reading comments talking about the books, but I think I know something about the series, and I'm really interested to see how that is revealed or brought up.
So vague.
Yeah.
Are you guys watching it together or separately?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Together.
Usually, if we're talking about a show on the podcast, we usually sit down and watch it together.
Have you ever had that urge, like, oh, I just want to watch the next episode? Like, let's say Cody went to sleep, and
absolutely.
Brittany, you're like, oh, I want to watch it. I want to watch it.
Absolutely.
Has that ever
Yeah.
happened?
Yeah, I would say with like BoJack, that was
Oh yeah, I was so frustrated that I couldn't just keep watching it.
I just binge it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I swear there's another show that we were forcing ourselves to watch. Oh, Mindhunter, definitely. I
Yeah.
wanted to go through that
Yeah.
entire thing in a night, but I was like, we can't. Yeah, and I feel like if we had watched Chernobyl together, that's how it would have been, because that was one of the shows where we watched totally separate.
Yeah. Because I watched it before you.
You watched it like a month before me, right?
I think so.
And, like you binged it, and then I watched it, and I just binged it in like a weekend. So, yeah, this is another show where I'm like, we need to keep watching to kind of figure out what the hell is going on.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't tell you what's happening.
There's so much lore.
There are so many names and just events and countries. I'm like, okay, so where is this? Okay, so they're here. They don't like. Okay,
I'm approaching it how I did Game of Thrones,
Yeah.
where I'm like, I'm just trying to like follow along with like the main players and what their goals are and what the main plot is for them. And then once I get that and get through it, I'll go back and try to figure out the lore again. So
but what is Geralt's goal?
I don't know. He wants
is
to
slaying?
have a better
Just
reputation. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, the Butcher of Blaviken.
Man,
So I mean,
it gets gruesome real quick.
oh
I did not know
yeah,
it was gonna get-
that's. I was surprised by it, but I actually appreciated like
Yeah.
when he's fighting the like Renfri's like troop and like he's cutting them. It's not just like it's like you see like
it's
the
not like
blade
Star
like
Wars.
yeah, like the blade like going through their mouths and like
There's
taking
blood
chunks.
flying around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
it gets on him and like he's just covered in it by the end. Like I was surprised by it, but I was like, yeah, it's not pretty. So
You know what I enjoyed? I enjoyed how his character is the type that usually in these types of stories, the main protagonist who's a badass doesn't care about the sidekick, or not the sidekick, but the I guess the sidekick, the guy who sings "Toss a Coin to the Witcher." What's his name again?
Oh, the bard,
do we
The
know his
bard.
name?
Yeah,
I think he said his name.
but I don't remember his name.
Same.
yeah, I
Sorry.
can't remember. But you know how usually like the badass guy doesn't care about the little guy, and here he's like, yeah, you know, he doesn't necessarily care about him, but he's like, all right, sure, come, let's go, but stay out of my way. And
When they were captured by the elves and
yeah,
they were talking about killing them both, and he was like, you don't need to kill him.
Yeah, he's like he's
Kill
just
me.
a human.
Yeah,
just
kill
let him
me.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's what makes Geralt interesting. Is like he seems he teeters on the edge of being true neutral, but also like kind
Yeah.
of good. Where he's I think he will not go out of his way to do a good thing, but when he's forced into a situation, he
Yep.
will do the good thing.
Yeah.
that's
which
pretty
makes
cool.
it makes for a good main character. But I mean, Brittany and I, we've talked a bunch. So you having seen the entire show, do you want to give like your non-spoilery kind of yays, nays about the show?
Non-spoiler. Okay.
Sorry.
The main character, well, survives because there's going to be a second season.
Yeah.
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 I think it's announced for 2021 fall. Other things, there's going to be connections later on. God, that sounds so vague.
Well, I
trying
mean,
not
you
to
don't need
spoil
to.
it, yeah.
You don't need to talk about like the stories necessarily,
okay.
but like you like the show in general. Like, what did you like about the show?
What
Like,
did you not like about it? Or what
Yeah.
did you wish was done a
Okay.
little differently? Or
I did like they did pretty well on the mystery aspect. Keep you guessing
Okay.
on certain things and then it gets connected at the end or
Okay.
later on.
Yeah.
okay.
What else? Things that I didn't like. It's a tough question.
Okay.
Like I'm really flexible when it comes to like movies and TV shows. Like if somebody says, "Oh, Star Wars was bad," like, okay, cool. Rotten Tomatoes says that, but I'm going in to just enjoy it for what it is. I'm not getting paid to review it or. I like it for the nostalgic reasons. The Witcher, like you can tell the difference between when they put effort into something and then something else. Like I just watched a movie on Netflix, which is like with Ryan Reynolds, 6
yeah.
Feet Under or something like that.
6
That
Underground.
I didn't. Yeah, that I did not like.
Yeah. I've heard great not really great things about it.
But for The Witcher, the fight scenes were good. And what I really did like is that they didn't the full fight scenes without cutting too much.
Okay.
See, because like action movies in Hollywood, or I say Hollywood, but what they tend to do compared to, let's say, movies like Jackie Chan does, is that they would cut to the next clip right away, so you don't see the fluid motion. You just see like the hitting aspect.
Yep.
But like when you see Jackie Chan fight, you see like a one cut without cutting. Sorry, no one cut. But I mean, you see the whole thing in a fluid motion. So you see Jackie Chan do the whole moves, and they kind of did that here. So they probably trained Mr. Klein.
Constantly.
Yeah, Cavill, Henry
Cavill.
Cavill.
Thank you, Henry Cavill, Cavalier. Yes, like they trained him, and it actually shows like it's really well done.
Yeah, I think that he is by far like crushing it.
Yeah.
I'm just surprised. I feel like he hasn't had any like crazy monologues or anything like that. He's been a very quiet character, but he's still just like embodying Geralt. I think it's cool.
Yeah, and he's the perfect actor.
In the game, does he have the like Dovahkiin like shout powers?
Yeah.
Kind of. That's so
Those
interesting.
are I can't remember what they're called, but they have like a name for like what the
And they're similar to like Skyrim's shouting.
yeah, kind of, because there's one where it's like push. There's one that like fire, like it sets something on fire, or, like shoots out a burst of flame. There's like a stun one, I think, as well. There's a couple. I think in the third they really get more into it, but I remember the second it was like a cog wheel, like you could choose which one you wanted to use, and like you had that equipped, and then you would have two swords, like he has, where you have a regular sword, and then for monsters you have a silver sword, because silver does more damage to monsters.
It was cool to
Obviously.
see that in a show, like in a fight scene.
That's what I was gonna say. Like,
really
I like
cool.
that this show is medieval, it's high fantasy, and it's not straying away from it because it's like, oh, it's too much. People aren't gonna appreciate it.
It leaned in really hard.
Yeah, like it's getting weird and it's showing off the magic, and I'm like, perfect. Like, think of it like Yennefer is a main character, and just look at her, and it's like,
I did want to ask something,
Yeah.
and if it's a spoiler, then Cody, you can take your headphones off when Alex answers it. The actress is really pretty.
Yeah.
Is she gonna like get pretty in the show?
I mean, it's not a spoiler. I don't think it's a spoiler, but
yes.
You're talking about Yennefer,
Okay.
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
the Hunchback, right?
Yeah.
Piglet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I was like, she's gonna get pretty, right? Because they picked a
Yes.
pretty actress.
Yeah, she does get pretty.
Okay.
Wait,
That's another.
Cody, you've seen the rest of the show? How do you know she gets pretty?
Yeah.
I know the character.
Oh, is she in the game?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know
She
the
gets pretty.
character. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I know that it was also a big deal because there was another character, a female lead in the game that's like through all three games, and she's like the love interest for Geralt is Triss, and people were upset that she wasn't in the show, and then people are like, well, she's not in the books at this point yet, so
Yeah.
she's not going to be here. And
Yeah.
So I
Makes
know
sense.
that that's coming as well, probably in the second season or further on even.
Okay. I just didn't know if they were gonna just keep Yennefer, who's very clearly a pretty girl, as crooked. I just
No,
was
it's not.
curious.
They're not going to keep it like
Very
the
not
Hunchback in Notre
important.
Dame.
I imagine as she develops her magic and things like that, that is something that will get corrected.
Probably.
Yeah, but what I was going to say is that's another thing where I'm just super curious, like what the point is, like Yennefer and the guard, like they are both clearly trying to get something from one another with their like lords or
Yeah.
masters, whatever they are to them, and I'm just like, what is your point? What are you doing?
What
I
do
need to
you
watch
want?
more.
Yes.
But yeah, I think this is so far, even the pilot, like as confused as I wasn't bored, which I think when
Yeah,
you have a
yeah.
show like this that's high fantasy, a lot of fucking names and places, like it's very easy to just be bored by it.
Yeah.
Like when you look back in the first season of Game of Thrones, I think for the first half of the season, it's kind of like,
It's a little boring.
yeah. But this, like, it's already started off like it's getting right into it. And I think it benefits from having multiple timelines. So it can show you, like, the important parts of different stories, whether that be action or exposition.
And I think it came at a right time, like right after Game of Thrones was done, because a bunch of those people who enjoyed Game of Thrones were looking for something similar to that. And
Yeah.
Did you watch Game of Thrones?
Oh, we did.
Yep.
Were you a big fan of the ending?
I was a big fan until the ending.
Yeah. I definitely think that helps with the popularity is people's expectations were set low for any sort of fantasy show, and then it's like, oh my god, this is actually good, and so now it's just like skyrocketed it.
So on that note, would you think The Witcher will become the next Game of Thrones?
I think so, especially because it's on Netflix. It's so much more accessible to people as opposed to HBO. So I think it's already hitting that point.
I like that they're really leaning into the high fantasy, like we already said. Like, Game of Thrones tried to make it more digestible for people by focusing on, like, the political aspects, which was really cool at the beginning, and throwing in, like, the sexual things to make it a little more, like, appealing to certain types of viewers. But I like that they're just leaning into what The Witcher seems to be at its core, which is just pure nerdy fantasy shit.
There is going to be sex scenes, though. That is,
I'm sure.
That Geralt's a hunk.
There already kind of was a sex scene.
Yeah,
It was
but
very vague.
It was the weirdest sex scene I've ever seen on TV, where it's
Yeah.
just so implied and
Yeah.
like you don't see anything.
Yeah.
But
There's the one that's even weirder that comes up.
love it.
Awesome.
I'm like, when I watch it, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that's.
I can't get aroused by this. What's the point?
Okay. All right. Yeah.
There's the key word is voyeur. That's about it.
Okay.
That's it.
Brittany
Actually, there's
is
2 scenes
very
like that, so
confused.
never mind. Never mind.
I don't even know what to expect anymore. I don't know what to expect from this show. I don't know what the main point of it is, because I went into the first episode trying to really keep track of who each character was, and then most of them died. So I don't know what to
Very
expect.
Game of Thrones-esque.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just gave up. You're like, whatever.
Yeah, I was like, okay, that's Henry Cavill.
Yeah. Now all
That's
you
Gerald.
now all you know is Geralt, Ciri, and Yennefer.
Yeah.
And those are the only people you're going to keep track of.
Because now I know that they're the main characters.
Yeah.
So
That matters.
what a show so far.
Oh yeah, I think there's 8 episodes. Is
Yep.
that it? Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Has that ever happened to you guys when you finish a series? You're like, but I wanted more.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, all the time.
Mindhunter. God.
Chernobyl. I wanted more.
Yeah, like I said, like I think I mentioned this when we talked about it, where I was like, I want them to just keep making the show, just keep doing it, just keep showing me every day of these people's lives. Like it's so good, but on the same token, like you would get sick of it eventually,
Oh, yeah.
and so there has to be an end.
Miniseries are
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
Like right now, I'm binge watching all of Always Sunny in Philly.
Yep.
There's like 16 seasons.
They just did 14, I think.
And it's never gotten old.
No, they're at 16. It's on Netflix.
Really?
Jeez.
Well,
On
the UK Netflix with a VPN.
Oh. I was like, we watched it on Hulu.
Yeah. I'm like, we don't have
Really?
enough.
Yeah, Netflix has 16 seasons.
Oh, wow.
That's weird.
That is weird.
I don't. it
How
could be-
far ahead
I'm
of
not-
time are
The
the UK?
Yeah, I'm 2 years ahead. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm in the future. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm surprised that show never got old. I'm excited.
Same with The Office.
It got old.
What? No.
After Michael Scott left, I'm sorry.
Okay, well, that's not getting old. That's just the
Got
best
bad.
character leaving. God.
Hot takes.
There were some good scenes. Anyway, sorry. I'm
Yes.
very much looking forward to finishing The Witcher. I did not expect to say that ever because I had no interest 6 months ago.
Yeah, and so I think that we're gonna do a similar thing where we watch 2 episodes a week, go over it. So stick with us. We will review it in full.
Yes.
In like a month.
Yeah.
Give you guys our rating on it. But I think that'll do it for 232. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about, Alex, or bring up? Any last minute additions?
I guess one last thing, and it's very cliche. What is your New Year's resolution? If then,
Oh, yeah.
that's it.
I forgot about New Year's.
I did want to bring that up. I want to try and read more this year. I borrowed Dune from Brittany's brother-in-law, a very classic sci-fi, like pivotal sci-fi, and so I think my resolution is just to read more like classic things, or just in general read more books that I enjoy. And so I've been trying to read a little bit every night before bed. So that's kind of it. If I can read 10 books this year that I've never read before, I'd be very happy with myself.
Nice.
That's it.
That's good. That's a good one.
Sometimes I have good ideas. Whether or not I execute on it, find out in 12 months.
Yeah, exactly.
Britt?
I didn't really think about a New Year's resolution.
Yeah.
You had 365 days.
I guess it kind of started before New Year's, but I'm trying to bake one thing new every week. Mm-hmm. Or at least bake something every week, even if it's something I did before, just to get better at it.
Yeah, and I think you have done that, if not one thing a week. Like some weekends you do 2 new things.
Yeah.
So I think you've been crushing that.
Cool.
And I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
Because
sure you are.
You're baking, because it's not just like cake. It's a lot of bread.
Yeah.
And like different bread things. Mm-hmm. I like bread. Who doesn't like bread?
People that
If
have
you hate
celiac.
bread, this podcast is not for you.
This
No,
is not a gluten-free
This podcast is still for you.
There's gluten all up in this bitch.
Yeah. Or window painting.
Yeah.
But what about you, Alex? New Year's resolution?
My New Year's resolution is, it sounds stupid, but it's about seeing how far I can go with this podcast and making it more accessible. When I say this podcast, I mean my podcast.
Oh, no,
your
you're
podcast
going to
too.
do work for me now. You said it.
Yeah, exactly. It's time for your chess talk hobby. Yes. No, like just trying a bunch of different things, like the voicemail thing, trying merchandise. The merchandise is not necessarily to make money, but just get the advertising out there, just to have my logo, and people are like, oh, what's that? Oh, that's a hobby? Oh, cool. I found this website that finds guests for podcasts. I'll share it with you so you can have that. Like the person made a newsletter, and then it's attached to a Google Excel sheet, and people just leave in what they do, how they can benefit your podcast, and who they're going to share it with, kind of thing.
Perfect.
And yeah, just a bunch of things. I have nothing to lose, everything to gain.
Yeah, exactly. God, you're just so productive, and
Yeah.
you actually do things, and then I'm like, I make a tweet once a week.
Yep.
Dude,
If that.
you're at over 200 episodes. What are you talking about? You're not productive.
Yeah, but I mean, on the
Marketing and
yeah,
production
You can't.
stuff.
Okay, the thing I'm doing is not even considered marketing. It's sporadic posting.
it's perfect.
With there's no logic put into it.
I think it's perfect. That's
Yeah.
all I'm trying to say. But yeah, I think it's a good resolution, and I highly expect you to accomplish it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, thank you. And same for you guys. Book and bakes.
Yeah.
B&B, that's us.
B&B.
C&B with the B&B.
So many acronyms.
All right, so I guess that'll do it. So thank you again, Alex, so much
Thank you.
for coming
Well,
back.
thank you for having me. This is fun. I was always having a great time with you guys.
Yeah. We are not done with our chess game, but we will probably finish that up off air. So stay tuned next week, where I may remember to say who won or not.
Probably won't. Just gonna be honest.
But go listen to episode 72, Time for Your Hobby. I was on it. It
Listen
was
to
awesome.
the rest of it while you're there.
And listen to every single episode he's ever done and ever will do. And when you're done,
Same with this podcast.
when you're done with that, go to our website, chesstalk.podbean.com. We're also on Twitter, chess_talk. You can leave us a review on iTunes, not Spotify. There's no reviews on Spotify. There's Stitcher. There is Google Play. There's everywhere you can think of for a podcast. I'm on YouTube now as well, I think.
Ooh.
I mean,
And Podchaser.
Yep, Podchaser. So, I am trying to get as accessible as I can. So listen to us wherever you can. Tell your mom. Tell your dog about us. Chloe will appreciate that. Some dog friends. And we will see you next week.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.